Ibn Taymiyyah said that Hussein ibn Ali, may God's peace and blessings be upon him and his memory, he actually said that his rebellion, and I'm paraphrasing a quote. He said that there was not any benefit for either the religion or for his life in his rebellion. His rebellion and murder caused mischief, and it would not have happened had he stayed home. What he sought was to achieve of the good and the vanishment of evil. He could not achieve it. Nay, evil became more by his rebellion. That's not true. What Yazid was demanding from Hussein was a pledge of allegiance, and whether Hussein stayed home or not, he was not going to give him this pledge of allegiance, so he chose to die in an act of rebellion as opposed to live under tyranny. He chose to be a martyr, to fight for what was right and die versus living under the thumb of a corrupt tyrant. And make no mistake about it, Yazid was very corrupt, and all one has to do is read Tabari's, so Tabari, read his history, and you'll see what sort of lifestyle Yazid led. He was fond of wine, music, women, and boys. And and by boys I mean he did unsavory sexual things with them. Beardless boys is what he was one of his passions, but I digress. From the main point of this is to highlight that this individual is the son of an individual who, in recent decades, the majority sect in Islam, the so-called Sunnis, they respect and admire Muawiyah, the son of Abu Sufyan, when, like his son, he was also corrupt. And also, he has been implicated in the death of Hassan. And actually, Tabari, from the same history, Tabari says that no one suspected him initially until he nominated his son to be the caliph after him. Because if you remember, the whole reason Hassan stepped aside, well, part of the reason was he wanted to put an end to the bloodshed in the Muslim community, but he also had a promise that upon the death of Muawiyah, he would assume the position of caliph. So Muawiyah made sure that that didn't happen. It's unfortunate, but Ibn Taymiyyah's school of theology is on the rise. I don't know the figures, the latest figures, but I think Salafism has pretty much done all the damage it can do, and it's now stagnating, and in many instances they're fighting each other. In the West, Salafis spend a lot of time critiquing, demonizing, and accusing each other of bid'ah in the West. So in the UK and the United States, Salafis fight among themselves rhetorically and ideologically. And in Southwest Asia, Salafis fight each other physically. So the Syrian rebels, the al-Nusras and ISIS, they fight each other. It's unfortunate, but we haven't seen the last of this ideology, and I could be wrong, but I think it's reached its zenith when it comes to its influence, because even within the majority sect of Muslims, the so-called Sunnis, there's more and more awareness of the dangers of Salafism. But little do they know that their sect in and of itself is not a good thing. One of their Sunnis, because they claim that they follow they follow the path or the lifestyle of the Prophet Muhammad. May peace and blessings be upon him and his progeny. But what they fail to realize is one of their Sunnis was cursing Ali ibn Abi Talib, peace be upon him, for many decades. From what I read, it was between 60, no less than 60 years and no more than 90, that the predecessors of the current Sunnis were cursing Ali during their Friday prayers. But it's unfortunate, but they are the majority sect. Hopefully that changes in the future. I doubt that it will, because just like the general population within any group, they tend to be on a errant path. And that's whether it's religious or politically or ideologically, the majority of the people usually tend to be lost, complacent, or actually on the wrong path. That's it for this video. I just wanted to share that quote and talk about the dangers of Salafism and also of so-called Sunni Islam, because Sunniism is, if I could compare it to Salafism, it's like Coke and Diet Coke. You get a similar result, because a lot of their traditions, and another one that I can remember from my memory, is that they have one hadith that says it's better to have 60 years of a tyrannical and corrupt ruler or a bad ruler. It's better to have 60 years of that than 60 minutes or something of that nature of anarchy. And that's not true. There's a sect in Iman known as the Ibadis, and at many points in their history, they had no leader, but were able to live among each other peaceably and to actually prosper from trade and have a balanced society. So-called Sunni Islam tends to lend itself to corrupt governments, dictators, and pretty much evil regimes. I think I'll stop here, and I'll try to upload this on both channels, but this has been Lamar Osmo of Great Society Ministries, and I'll see you later.